Brand new!
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm telling you, it's real!
You're listening to Brandcast Around the World with me, your host, Brandon Berkeley. Join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Brand new!
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig.
All right, good morning. Sorry about the technical difficulties we're just having there. Nobody heard a word I said, but okay, we're back. We're live. We're back. Anyways, good morning. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, the curse of the Mondays. And here I was talking about how I potentially had some good karma coming. I did my morning workout as usual. Felt great. I took the pre-workout. And some people were telling me that the pre-workout had meth or cocaine or whatever. People were telling me some crazy things about pre-workout. And this is why you should never trust people online. I went and I actually read the ingredients. A lot of caffeine, a lot of taurine, guarine. It's pretty much as if you were drinking 12 Red Bull in a row. Definitely gets you amped up. Got me going real good. Felt real good about myself this morning. Gives you more of a pump up. You know, you're kind of ready to kick some ass. So I took the pre-workout, lifted heavy, really enjoyed it. I've actually been gaining a little bit of weight recently, which has been the goal, so I'm really happy about that. Notice you guys can't really see the chat too well here. See if I can move that into an area that will be more distinguishable, maybe there. Anyway, I was driving home today from my workout, and even though I was super revved up on the pre-workout, there was one of those learning drivers driving right in front of me doing like 20 kilometers an hour. Yes, kilometers, because I live in Canada, if you don't know. So I'm doing about 20 kilometers an hour driving behind them. I thought, you know, I could just ride on their ass the entire time, or I could be a good guy and I could back off a little bit. So I went 15 kilometers an hour. Just tried to let them feel easy, and you know, every little turn and corner and everything, we were taking it pretty easy. It took me an extra at least 15 minutes to get home or so, but I think that's my good karma for the day. I think we should all do good things for people, even if it's the smallest little thing. That's my mission for you today, actually, is go out and do something for somebody else that that doesn't necessarily give you anything back. You don't have to necessarily tell anybody about it. I guess I just did. It's kind of like glamorizing it. But yeah, no. Do small things for little people. It really makes the day much better. Yep. I'm telling you, it's the truth. So something I've been seeing a lot in the news about vaccines and this Delta variant and how we seem to be getting either really, really close to vaccinating everybody, but it seems like there's a certain section that doesn't want to get vaccinated. I myself am now getting vaccinated because I mostly want to travel, and I heard all this talk about a passport, which is going to make it impossible to travel. So you might as well go get it done. I think with the FDA approval coming around the corner, it's really good. Made me think the other day something really interesting is that, you know, what I always thought, like humans, or if we, sorry, I'm kind of rambling here, but in The Matrix, Agent Smith, when he's interrogating Lawrence Fishburne's character, he says that humans are like a virus, where the only thing on this planet acts like humans is a virus. And that I thought about this is like maybe we are like the COVID-19 of the planet Earth. You know, we're just kind of like sitting here, we destroy everything, and we make that we're heating up the planet. So if this was somebody's cell, maybe what UFOs are like some sort of super vaccination with like these little robots that they send in to probe to try and watch us to see what the hell we're up to. Because it's like we're like the bacteria that antibiotics are no longer responding to. You know, they've gotten smarter. They've grown. So I feel like, you know, us progressing, we're like this bacteria that keeps progressing and developing and destroying these little cells. So maybe like UFOs are coming to visit us, and they're like vaccines, you know, floating through space, coming to visit a cell to be like, oh shit, what's going on here? Maybe they realize, like maybe this larger civilization realizes that everything is kind of like symbiotic, meaning if you kind of like scale down, am I blowing your mind right now? If you scale down, then maybe everything's living, because, you know, we're made up of like living cells and all that. So who knows? Maybe one day we'll be able to like shrink down into tiny little spaceships and go in and check on like the microbial life that's causing cancer or different things like that. Eh? Who knows? It's a good way to start off the morning anyways, though. It is Monday. It's the beginning of the week, so that means there's a lot of good things coming. I've been working on a lot of different interesting content, trying to come up with some event ideas. So that's going to be coming up very shortly. Going to be announcing some stuff. Derek and I have been working on some things, so be excited, especially if you're a channel member. We're going to be doing some live kind of board games. It's been a long time since anybody's played a board game. Maybe that's why they call it a board game. But we're doing it in a virtual style. So what I'm going to do is set up... I don't know if anybody's played the game Nightmare. Do you recall these games back in the 90s or whatever? It was a game that came with like a VHS. And you could stick the VHS into your VHS player, obviously, and play the game along with the VHS. It'd be like a timer or whatever for an hour. And you'd select your characters, yada, yada, yada. And this like character would pop up in the middle of the screen while you were playing and scare the shit out of you. And he'd say like, "You come closer to the screen." He's all like scary looking and shit, right? And then you have to do whatever he says. There's like timeouts. I think the game was called Nightmare. So I wanted to do a live interactive stream game with channel members. So if that's something that sounds exciting to you, it's something that I think would be really fun to do interactive and live exactly like this. But exclusively for channel members. So if that sounds like something fun that you would want to do, then let me know. What's up, William? Good to see you. J. Paul was here the other day. We were talking some funny stuff. Something else we actually talked about doing. Jason says, if I remember it, I can't remember playing it, but I definitely remember it. Okay, I don't know what he's referring to there, but Jay, we were talking about doing the pulling ideas from a hat, like random ideas. We talked about if MJ did it last podcast, and I want to kind of do those random, almost shocking type topics and talk about those. But what I would like to do is have guests on whenever we do that kind of stuff. We'll pull random topics out of a hat and talk about them and see how crazy it gets, because it was a lot of fun. Jay said he's going to come back. I have my buddy Sean Hamilton will be coming up for this Sunday. I don't know what the date is for that, but he'll be coming up. Mano says she's down for the board game. Jay's referring to the game, Nightmare. Yeah, there was different versions. It wasn't only the scary guy or Nightmare. There was different versions of it. You had to collect them all. But I think it's going to be really fun. I'll dress up like a silly character or something. I'll try to scare the shit out of you and have fun. Yeah, so it's going to be good. It's going to be great. Something else we had talked about, Sean and I also talked about maybe doing a little sparring session. We'll either do that live for you guys, or that might be another event thing. We might do it for charity. We were talking about possibly trying to raise some money for charity with that one, since we're going to punch each other in the face. We've been working hard. Got those deadly combos. See, I think it might be a little bit faster, but Sean is definitely got some heavier weight, and he's a little bit stronger. Give me a second. Somebody just knocked at the door here. Even though we're live. Give me 2 seconds.
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm telling you, it's real.
You're listening to Brandcast around the world with me, your host, Brandon Berkeley. Join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Brand new.
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I feel bad when I leave people waiting at the door. We got a package here, so we might as well open it up and see exactly what it is. I don't know if you can hear that buzzing going on in the background. That's my cell phone. I attached it to like a little thing here so I can see the chat in front of me. But let's find out. Maybe it's a Canadian game, Mandy? Has people in the United States never heard of it? It actually can't be a Canadian game because I first learnt of Nightmare when I was living in Australia, mate. So I don't think... I don't have anything sharp here. I got a fork. Let's use a fork. Fork open this package. Yeah, I was living in Australia when I first heard of the game, so I don't know. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. Ooh, what is this? What did we get? I don't remember. Oh, hot diggity damn. Actually, this is really cool. Jay and Silent Bob fans. Oh, no. box damage. Toys R Us, come on. This was a, oh, it's really bad too. The movie's mascot, Jay and Silent Bob, but it's all effed up, so the value of that one just decreased a bunch. It kind of sucks when you try to pre-order something like that and then it comes in damaged. Like, what am I going to do? Return it? They're out of stock. Oh, I'm really, really disappointed in that. Oh, no. Here we are live on the podcast. Anyways, it is what it is, I guess. That's cool. It's kind of cool. I'm a little bummed out, but I like the mascot itself, so at least I got that. I have all the Jay and Silent Bob collections. As you know, I'm a big Funko Pop collector, if you can't see behind me. My collection has grown right now to about... What is it, actually? I can tell you right in front of me here. Let's see. How many Funko Pops do I have in my collection at the moment? We've got 368 Funko Pops, with more on the way, with a value of 10,758 US dollars. My most popular one being my Conan as Aquaman. He's behind me there. And then Batman Harvest. And my favorite Funko Pop of all time, I believe, is Kurt Cobain. All right, Jay is kicking out. See you later, Jay. Good seeing you. Good morning to everybody. I'm going to be doing some, I believe, a Flicks and Chills video today later on. I'd also like to do a live one for that, so keep posted. That's coming up. As well, maybe some gaming, some random gaming. Let me know what games you want to see. I was playing the new Cyberpunk 2077. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of starting off slow. While we're learning everything and trying to piece everything together and trying to figure it out. But once we get it going, I think it's going to be a lot more intense. I feel like it's going to be a lot more intense coming up. The game on the Xbox Series S, absolutely incredible, really in person. It's making me really want to go and push and try to find a 4K monitor to really experience it in full. But I think everybody, from what I can tell, the graphics from what you guys have seen live have been pretty damn cool. So that's awesome. I'm excited to push for further and play other games. I know it's Apex Legends. I don't know what the hell it is, but it seems to be really popular here on Twitch and wherever else. So I'm going to be playing some Apex Legends. You're going to watch me get my ass kicked. It's going to be like watching a clueless gamer go at it, but hey, that's always fun. I'd like to game with the community too. That's one thing, moving further into some of the content that yeah, I'd like to spend more time with you guys. Anyways, I should probably keep this more focused on random topics instead of just community-oriented, because this will be on Spotify, and then people on Spotify will be like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't care about that. I actually didn't really check any trending topics today as far as global news goes. I figured I was just going to talk some random shit, you know? And I think that's okay sometimes. See, a lot of things I notice when I go into the news lately, it's been nothing but negative. You know, they want to talk about people dying and all this, and then it's like, I don't want to talk about that all the time. There's enough negative in the world that I think we need to inject some positivity. Like, maybe I'll come on a stream one morning and I'll bring the guitar, the acoustic guitar. We'll do a little thing. It was super hot in Canada in the past week. Where I live in Sudbury, we had heat warnings, which is really odd. I'm used to living in a place that's buried in snow or the summertime being over, so I don't know if I should be happy or concerned about that. Maybe at some point all our homes will burn down. That's my only concern. Mandy Williams, but you're the best community around. You guys most definitely are the best community around, that's for sure. But people listening on Spotify, the only thing is if you're listening to it is post-date, and you're like, oh, what the hell? What the hell? You know what I'd love to do is bring on an expert of like UFOs or something. I seen a car driving around the other day. This guy had like these alien heads in the back of his car. His license plate was like "Want to Believe" or something. Well, I guess that you couldn't but "Want to Believe." That's too many letters. But it was yeah. He seemed like he would probably be interesting to talk to. I think I'd like to bring on a guest like that. It's just hard to find people. It's hard to find people. So maybe if Derek could give me a hand with that. I don't know if we could find some random people on the internet. Or even just bring on, you know who would be funny? Phil. Phil's hilarious, my buddy Phil, or the Tuna Fish Show. We need to bring him back on for some live gaming as well soon. I miss that. I really, 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 really miss that. So what else is happening in the world? What else can I ramble about? Man, I'm just kind of, I'm like, you know what? My head's actually kind of in this Toys R Us thing. How about we talk about shitty companies that send out products in not Firm condition. I guess, see, most people don't care about boxes, though, but us collectors were finicky. That really sucks. I have one more coming in. I believe it's a die cast. I'm surprised he didn't show up, actually. There's going to be a die cast Captain America, so it's like the first ever metal Funko Pop. He's like $50, so he better be damn... His value better go up. That's all I care about is the value now. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, but a lot of people do. It's fun to kind of chase them and see what's going on with it. So it seems like I got not too much else to say. I almost want to stay live, though. I enjoy chatting with you guys. I like being here in the morning. It's a lot of fun. It's a highlight. But anyways, I think I'm going to go record some Asmer and get that ready for everybody tonight so we can all chill out and have more fun. I think I might even just do some impromptu gaming. I was talking about doing random vlogs as well. I just don't. I feel like everything I do is going to be boring. That's my main concern. I don't want to put out content that'll be boring of me just walking around or talking. But I think that's kind of the whole point of vlogging. I think maybe sometimes I overthink it. Like everybody, we all have like our own little insecurities, you know, wherever it might be. And I think it's just getting over that. Like listening to Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if anybody follows Gary Vaynerchuk. Swears like a sailor, which I kind of like. But he gives you some really good advice just to. Forget the naysayers. Don't post for people. Post for yourself. It's like on Instagram. I think the last time I posted was early in the month. Big thirst trap. But I need to post more often, more frequently. Yeah. Well, you know, actually, Derek, if you're watching or listening, it'd be good to get clips from the podcast and whatnot and put them on the Instagram account. I actually just bought this ring light. Really, really shitty. I don't know what brand it is, but I almost want to give them a negative review here. I got this ring light holding up my cell phone in front of me, like right here, but it keeps flickering. And I've owned it for a day. It also doesn't turn off. If you press one button, it's got a little switch. If you press the button, it does random things. So I got it at Walmart. I don't know where the box is for it, so I can talk shit about it. Well, don't get tripod cell phone ring light stands at Walmart. They're very cheaply made. Something tells me the $36 investment wasn't worth it. They probably paid about $2. Well, thank you, Minot. Anyways, it's good to see everybody in the morning. It's always great to be here with you, and I hope you guys have a kick-ass day. Go do some kick-ass things. Let me know what you want to see. Actually, random topics, random funny topics. Go ahead and push the borders with it. We'll try to get J Paul to come back. He definitely seemed interested. We'll try to get many of my friends to come on. I was even thinking about getting my grandmother on here. She seems really excited. The only thing is I'm worried she's going to say something. Bupcha's going to say something that's going to offend somebody. Or she's going to start grilling me. She can be vicious, but she can be super sweet. So it could be hilarious. It could be a nightmare. So bringing her on could be interesting. You know, she's born in 1928. Lived in Poland. During the Second World War, which was the first place that Hitler and Germany invaded. Literally, I think it was like the first city. So she told me she used to like, she was working for the Nazis. Well, not working for them. She was like a slave. And they would have them working on the farms, whatever. She'd walk down the street and see decapitated people and stuff. So I don't know if you guys want to hear about that stuff. That's pretty damn intense. But yeah, I might bring her on because Bupcha's really entertaining in her own way, though. Her shock value's out there, I'll tell you that much. She definitely, I think given that she's from Europe and she's been through a lot of shit, sometimes the filter doesn't exist. But she's pretty sweet. She's come a long way as far as her understanding of the world or different people and whatnot. It's interesting to see people grow. You know, we celebrated her 93rd birthday the other day. She lives upstairs from me, so I see her pretty often. I try to have I actually had coffee with her and whatnot yesterday for a good couple hours, and it was entertaining. She's a fun lady. So let me know, thumbs up for Bupcha if you want to see Bupcha, B-A-B-C-I-A. It's Polish for grandma. If you want to see Bupcha come on here, I'll do that. I could bring some family members. I've been working on a little kind of documentary because there's been some interesting things that happened in my life that a lot of people don't know. So I've been working on a documentary called Profiles for the past couple of years. My family just went to Stony Creek, which is a place I grew up in. Visited some family there, and well, they're not actually family, but I consider them family. One of them had passed semi-recently, so I haven't been able to see their gravestone. It's amazing, actually. These people, specifically the Dexters, helped raise me, I'd say. They were babysitters at first. They lived across the street from us, but they were babysitters. But they became so close. I remember there's many things that I learned from these people. Very sweet people, and their son John became a friend of mine, still a good friend of mine to this day. And they're, like I said, they're like family. It's amazing how some people in this life become so important to us. You know, started as a babysitter, watching Candid Camera and Disney movies in the basement. I see, to you guys it means nothing, but I mean, there's so many good memories. Actually, there's one funny memory. When they were babysitting me once, they said, "Oh yeah, go ahead, go outside." And I ran back to my house, which was across the street, and then there was this black Trans Am next door. And I thought it looked like the Batmobile, me being a Batman fan, right? So I thought I would do this guy a favor, and I picked up a rock and I drew the bat symbol on the side of the vehicle. Thinking, hey, this was an addition to the paint job. It did not look like a bat. Didn't look good at all. You have to remember, I was probably 4 years old, 4 or 5, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, we were young. Anyways, I remember when my parents got home and the neighbor was pissed and all that, and my parents really couldn't afford to pay for a paint job. They were pretty pissed off. I mean, we were not well off in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, they knew it was me because it was at a certain head height. I tried to blame it on the dog across the street. I said the dog did it, but apparently my parents knew better. They knew just a little bit better. So you might hear some funny ass stories like that. The black Trans Am got a paint job, a custom Brandon Berkeley paint job. You got to think about that though. Maybe now that might be actually of value, or maybe it'd be worth more. He should have kept it. Yeah. I think he was a pretty gracious neighbor. I don't remember what happened. I know my parents couldn't afford it, but they worked out some kind of deal that didn't go crazy. There's nothing bad that happened, but yeah. So some damn memories. I used to be a little shit disturber, and I moved to Australia at one point. Me and my buddy Jason McKenzie were very mischievous children, to say the least. We liked to get in trouble. It was a lot of fun. I remember they were building this house behind us at one point. And we played a game of like, how close can you get to shooting rocks at windows without hitting them? You know, if you could get it right in like the frame and it would go and hit off, then that was great. But we managed to hit several windows. I don't know why that was fun, but we did that. We did a lot of bad things, actually. I don't even know if I can talk about this. I think I told Derek a story the other day about the before I moved from Australia. I don't even know if I can tell some of these stories, but they had this, there's a lot of things that we did. There was a giant egg carton that was like a world record. The school was like saving egg cartons to build this giant rocket ship out of egg cartons. And me and my buddy Jason, we didn't like school. It wasn't really our favorite thing. So they saved thousands of egg cartons. And we're building this like almost like real life spaceship. And I was leaving the country. So we said, you know, I'm invincible. Brandon's invincible at this point. I can get away with pretty much anything. So we sought our revenge on the giant rocket spaceship, and what better way to send off a rocket than to give it some fuel and to, you know, try to give it lift, right? So we set the thing on fire, and the thing burned down. It was like in the newspapers and all of this, and it was quite an intense inferno. Actually, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it turned out to be. It seems that actually I've got a thing with pyro. Yeah, I don't want to... Actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't mention too many things just in case something happens. Like, even there's certain things that I could mention here. I was going to talk about another pyro story, but you know what? I'm going to leave it. Not talk about locations. Can they pinpoint this down or something ever happened? But yeah, I like fire, I guess. Let this be a lesson to anybody that plays with fire. You don't want to play with fire. Or if you do play with fire and you get caught, just blame the dog next door. All right, that's it for me today, folks. I hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, be excellent to each other, and see you later tonight. Bye-bye.
Brand new!
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.
I know you're gonna dig this.
I'm saying it! It's real!
You're listening to Brandcast Around the World with me, your host, Brandon Berkeley. Join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Brand new!
You're listening to Brandcast around the world.